Afternoon all. Now, I'm a rubbish woodworker, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, but I've got lots of clamps. But the first thing I need to do is get this webbing off and get all these staples out, so I'll do that first. So that all looks reasonably square. I've got a square there. Those start at the same point. It all seems to measure up okay, and then using the protractor that's on this workbench, I've gone for a 30-degree slant at the top there, so the solar panel will have a 30-degree angle on it, which will keep the rain off and also help to point it at the sun. So I'll go and get the jigsaw and cut those tops. Right, so now I've put two pieces of wood on top of each other. I'm going to cut along that line using this piece of wood as a guide, and my jigsaw has a laser beam, so I should be fine, shouldn't I? I know that jigsaws have a tendency for the blade to wander sideways, so one might be a slightly different length to the other, but let's give it a go. I don't think I can do this holding the camera. Well, that's not too bad. It's not a disaster, but I can't believe it started to rain. I thought this was supposed to be summer. So now I've trapped the base piece in between the workbench halves. There's the base there, and then there are the uprights, and they end on those two sort of slants, and then the idea is that something like that will go across there. It's not exact, but it's not too bad, so I'll press on. So let's drill some 3mm holes in here. And then open them out a little on the top. Now a little bit of countersinking. Excellent. Now these screws are Phillips PH2, so let's use the right bit. And in they go. Beautiful. And so there is the first side of my base. Now I need to attach these two pieces to this other side here, and then hope that everything's level on the top. Now I know what you're thinking. If I screw these other two legs on, am I going to be able to wrestle it out from between the jaws of the workbench? But those move and tilt and all the rest of it, so I'm hoping that will work. And there's the four pieces that will support the solar panel. So there it is. That's how it's going to work. The battery sits on the base to keep the whole thing weighted down, and the panel sits on the top. That angle looks about right, I think. And then I'll probably try and make the panel sit central, so have it up a bit rather than slid down there. And in order to hold the panel on, what I'm going to do is use some more of these bed slats and attach them flat on the top there, screwing down into the uprights, and then this will sit inside the lip of the solar panel because there's a little recess there, so that will sit under there. So that's the plan. I'll cut some wood for that. So there are the top slats mounted flat on the top, and then they tuck under the lips on the side of the panel. Now I couldn't really justify cutting the last bed slat up, so what I did was I cut this one in half, and they're a little bit short at the bottom, and the solar panel doesn't quite sit central, but I'm happy with that compromise. So there it is with the panel mounted on the top. You can see the panel clipped over there quite securely. I'm not even sure I'll need any bracing across the middle here, although I don't have a platform yet to hang the LED from this thing, so I've got to try and work out how I'm going to do that. Now I'll probably put the light sensor on one of these rear supports sticking outwards so that it catches the light, but I've got to just think about how the LED is going to mount. So there's the framework all finished for the Monster Bright garden solar light. It's a little bit different to the miniature one, not quite the same form factor, but well, there are similarities, aren't there? Anyway, now back to the electronics, charge controller and the light switch.